just put a comment and let us know where you're coming in from. If you are, as you guys know, your girl Odetta King is in New York. Go ahead and state where you're from. And if you are a guest, put guest in the chat. Right? If you are a guest, so we can acknowledge you and thank you for joining us. My name is Odetta King. I am a senior marketing director with World Financial Group. I've been doing this amazing, life-changing opportunity business for the last 6 years. Woo woo! Super excited, going on to my 7th year, and it just keeps getting better. So the video that you guys watch, right? By the way, welcome. If you are here for the first time, I see we have some guests. We do these webinars every religious Wednesday, right? Every Wednesday. Last week I played, who remembered? What was the video that I opened up with last week? If you remember the video, put it in the chat. Let me see if you guys been paying attention. Put it in the chat. Right? What was the video that I played last week that I opened up with? Who was the person? Who was the person on the video that we opened up with last week? Put it in the chat. I want to see it in the chat. Let's see if you guys been paying attention. Okay. I see you, Willie. Welcome back. Yes, Jean. Yes, Willie. Candice, right? Candice from Atlanta Housewife. We opened it up last week, Wednesday, showing you guys, listen, the wealthy people be knowing about these strategies, right? And now today, people calling me. Don't they know I'm on a webinar at this time? Sorry, guys. Who is the person that we just... Okay, this person is trying to get on the Zoom. Hold on. Who is the person that I just played? If you guys know these people, right? Put it in the chat. Who was that guy that opened up the video? I really need an assistant. Like, I cannot believe this. This is getting too much. Who is the person? Who is the guy that I opened up the video with? Do you guys know him? Or you know of him? Put his name in the chat. You guys don't know him? Should I play the beginning?
Waka Flocka.
Yes! Thank you, Dina. Waka Flocka, right? So guys, all of these people, what do they have in common? Put it in the chat. What do they have in common? Are they poor people? Right? Do they not have a lot of money? And yes, she's trying to get on. So let me send the Zoom link. People don't read their messages. They don't read their email. Like, how many reminders did you guys get today? Right? And yet still people are texting me that they cannot get in. And they should have gotten the email. Okay. What do these people all have in common, guys? What do you guys think they all have in common? Rich with life insurance. Yeah, they already got money. These people are not broke. These people already have amassed huge, massive amount of wealth, right? They have money already, and they also know the money game. Thank you, Dina. Yes, they also know the money game. And Karen said, rich with life insurance saving strategies. The reason why the wealthy people knew about this first, before the mass, they have a lot of money and they are looking for strategies that are tax-free and risk-free, right? When you got a lot of money, you do not want to pay a lot of tax. So you start looking for ways to mitigate your risk where you're keeping more money in your pocket and not giving it to Uncle Sam, and also making sure that you're growing and protecting and keeping all this money that you're making, right? So the wealthy have always known about these strategies. Unfortunately, the common folks, the majority of us, the middle America, we never knew about these strategies, right? We didn't knew about it. So tonight is going to be really short and quick because we've got a packed night of activities, but I do want to go ahead and share high level. If you've been here before, you kind of will hear this again. So that's why I'm going to spin it through. When it comes to money, there are 3 rules. The first rule, we got to grow the money, right? We got to grow it. How do we grow it? We want to make sure we're getting high interest. The rule of 72, compound interest, we got to double it. And where are people getting high interest? Are they getting it at the bank? Yes or no? Are they getting it at the bank? Are we ever going to get 4%, 8%, 12% at the bank? Where are we getting that? Put it in the chat. Where are we getting 8%, 4%, 12%? Are we getting it in the bank? Yes or no? No, we're not. We're not ever going to get this at the bank. Not even a CD will give you 8%, right? But where are the banks putting our money? Because what we're going to teach you is to put your money where the bank is putting your money. Does anybody know, right? And if you've been coming on these webinars every Wednesday, you should know, where is the bank putting their tier 1 asset? Where they're putting their tier 1 asset. Can somebody put it in the chat? Let's see if you guys been paying attention, right? Where they're putting their tier 1 asset. Yes! Okay, and I'm going to share because I love to give evidence, right, and proof, right? Here is a public website, right, that shows us where the banks are putting their tier 1 asset. There's a really good book, and I don't have my copy handy, but there's a really good book called Money, Wealth, Life Insurance, How the Wealthy Stay Wealthy. And that book is filled with companies and all the major banks putting our hard-earned money in the banks, right? usbanklocations.com. If you want to memorize this, jot it down, save it, do whatever you got to do. Look for your bank. They're all here, honey, right? They're all here, especially the mega banks, the big ones, the JP Morgan Chase, the Citibank, the Bank of America. These guys are loaded up with life insurance. And why are they putting all this money in life insurance? Can somebody tell me why? Why? Why are they putting all this money in life insurance? Are they putting it for burial? Are they trying to bury a lot of people? Right? Why are they putting all these billions of dollars, their tier 1 asset, in life insurance? Why? Are they trying to bury a lot of people? Are they trying to bury a lot of people? Why are they putting billions of dollars in insurance? Let's see. To make more money. Yes, to make more money. It's tax-free because life insurance is the only vehicle that is tax-free. So when you got a lot of money, I'm going to say this again, when you have a lot of money, you do not want to pay a lot of taxes. So banks are already putting your money in life insurance, and it has nothing to do with burial. That's the first rule of money. We want to make sure we're compounding it. The second rule is taxes. As we are growing this money, we want to make sure that we are protecting it from taxes. So do you guys think tax is going to go up or down in the future years? Is it going to go up or down, up or down, up or down, up or down? Do you think tax is going to go up or down as the years go by? Because you see, a lot of you have your money in a 401k. You have your money in a 403b. You have your money in IRAs. And what does it tell us about those accounts? These accounts are taxed later, which means you are delaying the taxes for the future, and you do not even know how much taxes will be in the future. Does that sound smart? If somebody were to say, okay, I'm going to borrow money from you, right? And then you tell me, well, I'm not going to charge you interest until you're ready to pay me back. Would you guys ever borrow money without knowing how much you're going to pay in interest? No, we're not. You're never going to borrow money if you don't know how much interest you're going to pay. But guys, we're all doing this. All of us that has 401k, 403b, IRA, 457, all of these accounts that are tax later account bucket, the government is going to tax your harvest at an undisclosed rate because we do not know. So let me see the chat. Did anybody say it's going to go up or down? Jean said up. Karen said up. Willie said sky high. You bet it is. It's going to be all the way up, right? And let me show you another public website which has nothing to do with our organization. But again, we want to teach financial education, right? So here is a public website called US Debt Clock, right? Do we see a lot of green or we see a lot of red? And what does red mean in finance? Is red a good thing or a bad thing? Red or green? Red or green? Which one do you see the most? Danger, right? We're in danger. The country is broke, right? We got $33 trillion in debt. And how much are we bringing in revenue? 4. Hello. The math is not matting, right? The math is not matting. So as a country, all forms of taxes will go up. Let me bring you back to this. Why does that matter? Well, honey, boo-boo, if you're just stacking away your 401k, 403b, IRA, and you do not even know how much you're going to pay in tax in the future, well, then the bigger question is, how much do you get to keep? How much do you get to keep if you do not know how much you're going to pay in taxes? Are you in control of your future? No, you're not, right? You're in limbo still. You might have a lot of money, but you're still in limbo because you don't know how much you're going to get to keep. Wealthy people, Waka Flocka, Candace Burr, all these presidents, all these 400-500 C-level and A-level executive, you think they're putting a lot of money in tax later bucket or tax advantage bucket? First of all, if you're making a couple of millions or $500,000 or $250,000, you've already maxed out your 401k. 22.5 is done. 22.5 is done. You still got a lot more money. What you gonna do with it, right? What you gonna do with it? And again, they're always looking for tax advantage strategies. So yes, wealthy people who understand money, who have a lot of money, and understand the tax game, they put a lot of their money in tax advantage accounts. Why? Because as the money grows to whatever it grows to, they get to keep all of it. If you have $1 million in a tax advantage bucket, it's more than $1 million. You have $1 million. But if you have $1 million in your 401k, do you have $1 million? If you have $1 million in your 401k, do you have $1 million? Do you have $1 million if it's in your 401k?
No.
Absolutely not, because that money has to be taxed. How much? We don't know, right? So that's the second rule to money, taxes. The third rule of money, and this is where it gets really interesting. You can put your money in 3 buckets when it comes to investment. You can put your money in the bank, where you're going to get a fixed rate. Your money's going to be safe, but it's not going to grow a lot because the interest is low, right? If you put your money in the stock market where it's going to go up and down, yes, you can make a lot of money, but you can also lose a lot of money. It's uncertain. You have no idea how much you're going to have. You have no idea what your future is going to look like. You could be fabulous and rich today and broke by Monday or next week because the stock market crashed tomorrow. That's it, right? But the third bucket, you could also invest your money with a life insurance company. And this is where most people fell short because we were never educated on investing with a life insurance company. Now here you have safety. Your money is safe. You're never ever going to lose. And you also have growth. As the market go up, your money go up. And when the market come down, your gains are locked in. This is why you see this padlock here. Your gains are locked in. So what is this index? What is all this hoopla that Candy and Waka Flock and all these people finally coming out and telling the common folks like us? Well, he said it. You gotta have a strong financial foundation. Most people don't have a strong financial foundation. They go and they invest, and if the investment does well, that's great. And if it doesn't do well, well, oh well, it is what it is, right? They're struggling, right? They have less. But when you have a strong financial foundation that sets you up for mitigating any risk, whether the market go up, the market come down, who cares? Whether whoever president comes into power and creates whatever tax rule, who cares? It does not affect you because you have a strong financial foundation. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the IUL. And IUL stands for Index Universal Life, okay? It has gotten really, really popular in the last 20, 30 years. And now everybody's trying to find out, what is this IUL? Can I get an IUL? So we're going to talk about this IUL tonight. Number one, let me address that Transamerica, our parent company, is the number one, right? 8 consecutive quarters in the country. We're the number one. We're the biggest and the baddest and the best when it comes to IUL, right? We're number one. IUL selling 8 consecutive quarters. That's a big deal, guys. It's not easy to win consecutive after consecutive after consecutive. Some people could be number one and then they fall off the grid. Or they could be number one and then like 3-4 years later, they're back on the grid again. No. Transamerica has been number one consecutive quarter after quarter after quarter. Transamerica just got nominated as one of the best insurance company for 2024. Guys, we're not even in 2024 yet. And they already got the title. Amazing, right? A company all across the board. When you have an IUL with Transamerica, 13% is the cap. What does this mean? The maximum you can earn on your money, the cash flow, your savings, your growth, 13%. But what about safety? When the stock market drops, which it does, which it will, forever, always, it's always going to drop at some point. When the stock market drop and everybody else want to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, we over here chilling because we didn't lose a penny. We still made money, 0.75 guarantee, because this is a contract, right? You're still making money. Warren Buffett talks about these strategies. The first rule to invest in is never, ever lose money. What is he talking about? Index accounts, index strategy. You can't get this with a 401k. You can't get this with your IRA. You can't get this with your 403b. You cannot get this with your 457. The market go up, you make money. The market come down, you lose money. That's how those traditional investments work. But with an IUL, you have a cap of 13%. That's the max you can earn. And you also have a guarantee safety, which says you are never, ever, ever going to lose money. When everybody else is losing, you did not lose a penny. You still made money, 0.75. The fourth box, right? This is a tax-free vehicle, which means you do not have to wait, like I don't know when, and scared to touch your money because you're going to have to pay all these taxes. Wealthy people who have a lot of money, they think about these strategies. With an IUL, it's tax-free at any age. And then the fourth benefit, yes, because it's with a life insurance, you have protection on your life, protection on your money, and also protection on your health. That's another part where most people get it wrong. And I'm not talking about your health insurance, honey, because your health insurance is not going to pay the bills, okay? Heart attack, cancer, stroke, any major illness, it knocks you down. Your health insurance is not going to pay your mortgage. Your health insurance is not going to pay your Geico car bill. Your health insurance is not going to pay your car note. Your health insurance is not going to pay your rent. Oh no, what's going to do that? Your IUL with living benefit, right? This is now a check that you and I get, right? To continue and pay all the necessities because we're sick and we cannot work, right? So for those of you that are a little bit more advanced, right? I'm going to go through really quickly a 20-year look back of how someone who invested in traditional investment, your 401k, 403b, IRA, let's say 10,000, their 10,000 would have grown. Yes, your money will grow. It grows to 31,000, But now, what's going to happen to this 31,000, guys? Put it in the chat. What's going to happen to this 31,000? Your money grew. We're not going to debate that. It is going to grow. But what's happening to this 31,000 now? Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam's going to love you, honey. Uncle Sam's going to be coming to you. You. But the person who had their money in an IUL, $10,000 also, same time frame, 20 years, his money also grew, but it grew to 47,000, almost 48,000. And is this money going to get taxed? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is this 48,000 going to get taxed? No, it's not. So who is really winning? Not only that the IUL, you have more money in the end, it's tax-free in the end, and if you had dropped dead within the last 20 years, now your family gets a death benefit. Or if you had gotten COVID or some major illness, stroke, heart attack, cancer, I don't know, something crazy, now you got a check every month. But with the person with the 401k, let's say in the year 2008, when the market was negative 40, and he only got 11,000, hope and pray he don't die with a heart attack from losing 40% of his investment, because now his family gets less than 11,000 after the tax and no life insurance. Or let's say he got a heart attack and he's still alive. Now he broke because he ain't got nothing that's going to pay him living benefit, right? No living benefit, right? And as I said before, your health insurance doesn't pay you any money, right? So I'm going to do something a little different tonight, because I've been doing all these webinars for kids, and I'm going to switch it up and show you guys what would this look like for an adult saving the same 22,500. Let's say they're maxing it out, because I have a lot of clients that tell me, oh, Dad, I'm doing good. Girl, I'm doing good. I'm stacking my 401k. I'm doing amazing. I got money in the bank. I got money in my IRAs. I got money in my 401k. I'm doing good. And I'm like, okay, that's great. That's really great. I'm glad that you're saving money. I love it. But let's do a side-by-side comparison, because you're doing great, but you can always do better. We don't drop coins over here, honey. We stack these coins all the way up, right? So the same 22,500. Let's say someone is maxing out their 401k. They're putting 22,500. They're 45-year-old, for example, right? And this is a male. He's very, pretty healthy. Day one, this 22,500 per year gives him instantly coverage for 461,000. Now, if we invest the same 22,500 in our 401k, are we also getting 461? Life insurance coverage with living benefits? You see these benefits on the side here? Living benefits. Are we also getting this? No, we're not. So this, guys, understand, it's about leveraging your money. The same money you're putting in one bucket, if you put it in a different bucket, now you're getting more bang for your buck. You're getting way more bang for your buck, right? So now let's continue. I'm going to go straight to the, no, I cannot skip this slide, right? What if we get sick, right? So let's look at the column D, critical. Can somebody put in the chat, what are an example of a critical illness, right? If they have a critical illness, again, they did not die. You see column D, the maximum non-guaranteed accelerated payout. This is the maximum that they can collect. They may not need all of this, but it's peace of mind. God forbid, just in case. Listen, I want peace of mind. I don't know what's going to happen to me 20 years from now, 40 years from now, 60. I need peace of mind, right? This is peace of mind money, okay? If something happened along the way in the future, or God forbid, old age, I want to be in the best, nice nursing home, okay? Plush service, okay? I ain't got no kids, so my money got to go before me, okay? And even if you have kids, you still can't depend on them, because they might be in another state living a fabulous life with their own family, okay? Let's make sure we put these things in place. So critical illness, 711,000. Guys, who has 711,000 sitting anywhere God forbid, to deal with some health crisis. I just showed you 2 videos. Celebrities and people who got money, they have these strategies. And they got money. They got money and they have these strategies. Pick up what I'm putting down, people, right? Chronic illness, the max payout, 189. And guys, every person policy is going to be different, right? This is just an example of a 45-year-old saving $22,005, right? So now, snapshot, we're putting in $22,500 for 20 years. So we're saving from 45 to 65 retirement years, right? So we would have contributed $450,000. By age 65, the money would have grown to almost 800,000, almost double. And we have a death benefit of over 1 million, which can in turn give us $50,000, almost 51, tax-free income for 35 years. Your total tax-free income, 1.7. But wait a minute, how much did you put in? You only put in 450,000, but you're able to take out $1.7 million tax-free. And you still leave a dead benefit behind. So for the selfish people who want to say, well, I'm not leaving anything for nobody, I'm going to spend all my money on myself. I don't blame you, honey. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We're spending all the money on ourselves. And we're barely going to leave them 147. If you want to do more, again, get in touch with the person who invited you so we can design a policy for you based on your needs, right? That's because everybody's situation is going to be different. With that being said, we're going to end it because we've got a busy night tonight. But what I will say is, please, 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 I cannot stress this enough. Get in touch with the person who invited you so we can set up a one-on-one, see what are your specific goals. Everybody's goals is different. If you have kids, we can also design an IUL for your kids. They just need to be 2 weeks old. 2 weeks old, and they got their social, and we're going to set them up to be millionaires in their lifetime. And if you don't have kids, you have nieces, you have nephews, everybody needs an IUL. Why? It is your financial foundation. You're saving money smart. You're never losing money, right? You have guarantees on your money. You have guarantees. It's a big deal. We cannot afford to lose money, guys, right? We cannot afford to lose money, especially in these hard times. So please, 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 I'm going to show you one more thing because we're always looking for people like ourselves to share this information with your community. We're all over the US, Canada, and Puerto Rico, right? So we're expanding as we go into 2024. We have lots of trips planned. We're going to be all over the US, right? And we're expanding. So wherever you are, if you know someone who is interested in learning about this stuff, teaching this to their community, whether it's in a school, church, I don't know, somebody, your neighbor, right? Get in touch with us so we can show you the process, get your state license credentials. And when you help people with these strategies, just to give you an example, someone saving $250 per account, right? Per account, $250 is nothing, right? $250 is nothing. The same money they're putting in their 401k, we're going to educate them on how to reposition it, right? Because when you know better, you do better. The same $250 you're putting in your 401k, we're going to put it in an IUL and get more bang for our buck, right? So as an associate, when you first start with us, everybody's a trainee. Hurry and get your license. No license, no money, right? No license, no money. You got to have your license. First 30 days, you're in training, you're studying for your license. Now you're an associate, you got your license, super excited, ready to help families. You help one person save $250 a month, you're looking at $1,350. Hello. When I saw this, I'm like, okay, St. John, you're going to be on the back burner, and WFG, here I come, okay? Here I come, all right? Zooming and booming. Now, if you write 4 accounts per month, 1 a week, which is nothing, guys, which is nothing. I read like 4 accounts in 1 day, okay? 4 accounts in a week is nothing, right? When you're super passionate about this stuff and you want to help the world, This 4 accounts in a whole month is absolutely, totally doable. Now you're making 5,400. 4 accounts, 1 a week. That's somebody who's like totally not even trying, like not even trying. They're just living their best life, doing whatever they're doing, right? So you could make about 6,500 per month. So there's money in the money business, right? So please, 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 we do these webinars every Wednesday. So I definitely encourage you to get in touch with the person who invited you so we could schedule a one-on-one and help you with these strategies. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Facebook and IG. Next time, make sure you register and get in the Zoom so you can see the Zoom screen. Love you guys and make it a great evening, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday, right? Because it's every Wednesday we're back here. If you already register, which you are, you don't need to do anything else. It's the same email link you're going to have. Just click on that same link again. Thank you, guys. Yay!